Good Mommin' Monday.
You're here at the Mistake Mama podcast. I'm Kaylee.
And I'm Mandee.
And it's getting spooky in here. Happy Halloween!
Today we're going to be talking about Halloween.
Yes. For you guys, I believe Halloween's tomorrow?
Yes.
It wasn't yesterday, right?
I think it's tomorrow.
I think it's tomorrow too.
Yeah.
If not, sorry.
For us, it's a month away. So
yes, we're still trying to get all of that figured out. But yeah, it's the very end of September for us, but it is Halloween for you.
Yes.
We did not dress up today. We tried. We tried to figure that out for weeks on what would work. But with like our headset and the microphones and like not wanting to do a bucket's load of makeup and costumes and stuff. Especially when you can only see us from like mid-waist up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we just couldn't think of anything good that would be recognizable.
Yeah.
And we also didn't want to do something that was super, super basic.
Yeah.
Like,
For those of you that are listening,
horns.
you don't know.
Yeah.
But if you're watching.
Yeah. I have devil horns. I have cat ears. I have Minnie Mouse ears. We could have thrown something on, but we wanted to either go full stop or not.
Yeah. I mean, we were looking into things like Disney villains and stuff, but the villains are so hard to be recognizable unless you go like all out.
Yeah.
Because like we couldn't just like Disney bound it type.
Right.
Where it's like, are you Ursula?
Or are you just purple?
What are you just doing?
Are you dying?
Yes.
Yeah. So we did not dress up, clearly.
No,
but
I
we'll
did paint my nails.
about it. Oh, she painted her nails.
Sharp black. I don't know if you guys can see that. There we go.
They look
Sharp,
good.
pointy black. They're a little bit longer. These are the ones that I say that like sometimes they're a little bit longer that I prefer.
Yeah.
I don't love how long they are because I can't close my fist at all.
Yeah, that would drive me insane.
I can like do this, but like, oh, let me punch you, punch.
Are you supposed to have your thumb tucked in or tucked over too?
I think technically just a stab.
There you go. You don't even get to the punch. You just get the stab.
Just the stab straight in the eye. I mean, hey.
I like them.
I like them too. They're fun. We'll see how long that they actually last before I shave them down a bit.
Yeah.
Probably not much longer. I've already had them for like 3 or 4 days.
Oh, okay. You're already getting over it.
I'm already starting, yeah.
I understand that.
And I keep accidentally pinching the kids when I change their diapers.
Whoopsies.
Yes. And the look Ellie gives me when like I accidentally pinch her, she's like, excuse me, this like, how dare you?
Aww. That's funny.
It is so funny. Okay. So, wins, fails, books. Let's do them Halloween related.
Okay.
So, Halloween related wins and fails. And then, obviously, we don't really have Halloween related books per se. I mean, we might. But, like, if you've ever read, like, your favorite horror book.
Okay.
Something along those lines.
Okay. I have Halloween. I guess it works for a fail.
Okay.
It was when I was younger. Mm-hmm. But, so I was trick-or-treating with friends. I want to say middle school. Don't remember what grade, but middle school. And we were just going around the neighborhood. We got to this house, and it's like what it looked to us was just a like stuffed guy holding a bucket of candy.
Okay.
The blinds were open. They had like a big bay window, and then it was just on the other side of that, right by the door. And it said like take candy or take one or whatever it said.
Yeah.
And everybody was so scared to go up there. And you could see people inside. Like, they had their lights on. They were watching, like, a football game or something. And everybody was so scared. And I was like, well, it's fine. It's whatever. And I walked up there, and it was a live person who jumped out at me. And I got so scared and freaked out. And then everybody in the window was laughing at us.
Fair.
Yeah. And then the rest of them were like, I told you shouldn't go up there. And I was like, wow, now I look like the idiot.
That is so funny.
Yeah. And now I see TikToks about that all the time. But I didn't know that. I mean, we didn't have TikTok back then. But yeah, they got me. That was my fail. I tried to be the strong one. I should have just said, nope, next house. But whatever.
Oh, that's so funny.
What about you?
I guess as if like a family fail, my husband has had to work on Halloween.
Oh, true.
The last, I don't even know how many years. I really don't know.
Has he had one off since Anna's been born?
I don't think so.
Oh.
It just happens to fall on days that he works. Yeah. But this time, I believe he also doesn't work the day of the, or he works a night shift the day of the parade.
Oh, the downtown one?
Mm-hmm. So, or it's not a parade, or, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, downtown trick-or-treating.
Yeah. He may be able to come for that, or at least part of that.
Yeah.
Because like I said, he works a night shift, which means that he would probably need to sleep for part of it, but then he'd be able to join us.
Yeah.
And then he does not work on Halloween this time.
Nice. That'll be good.
Hopefully it doesn't rain.
Yeah.
Fingers
I
crossed.
tried to do the downtown trick-or-treating for sure. Even if it's sprinkly raining. If it's
Which
like
last
a
year
downpour.
it was so nice last year.
Except I was very, very pregnant.
I remember it. I had a newborn.
Yeah.
That was when Ellie was just starting to smile, and she was so smiley.
Yes. Yeah. So smiley.
That was the best.
That was awesome.
I remember how pregnant you were. You were just like,
I'm so hot. I'm so much in pain. Get me out of here.
I remember. And it was warm.
It was very warm. Like, surprisingly warm.
Yeah. Like, it was... We ended up taking, like, our sweatshirts off partway through the time.
Yeah.
Which, I mean,
and Maverick
great for Halloween.
Was in his, like, he was Donald Duck last year, and he was sweating.
I remember. Yes. And Damon was taking off his skier. He's like, I'm fucking hot.
Yep.
I remember he took off his construction hat, and he was just all sweaty.
Yeah. It was a hot one.
Yeah.
But I guess it's better than the rain. I don't mind the little sprinkle.
Tiny
but
sprinkle.
Like a pour.
Yeah.
It's just miserable for everybody.
It.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about Halloween wins?
Halloween wins. Hello, bird. Well, I guess a win is I already have Maverick's costume.
Yay!
He's going to be Spin
from
Spidey and His Amazing Friends.
That's
if you guys
great.
Don't know.
I love that.
And then Sister's going to be Ghost Spidey. And he wants Dad to be Spider-Man, and he wants me to be Miss Marvel.
That's cute.
So I got to figure out a Miss Marvel, because the only costume that we found for Miss Marvel is like a cosplay one. It's like $110, and I am not about to spend that. So I think I'm just gonna like.
I would just like look up pictures of Miss Marvel and see if you can figure something out on like a T-shirt.
Yeah.
If you need me to, because I have my Cricut.
Oh, that's right.
So if you need me to make anything for you, I can.
She basically wears like red pants, red long sleeve, and then like a blue dress that has a yellow lightning bolt.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I can make your lightning bolt.
Hey, maybe I'll try to get like a blue shirt, and then you can just lightning bolt it.
I got you.
Because I don't want to wear red pants and a red long
sleeve.
I looked at it and I was like, those are not Mom's colors.
No. Yeah.
So, anyway, I guess that's my win. Is that we figured out costumes. We just have to get the rest of them.
I haven't. So I don't have that as a win.
Yeah.
But the win, I guess, can be just that Thomas works. Yes. Or he doesn't work this Halloween, so he actually gets to spend Halloween with us. Do we want to go this together for Halloween this year or no?
That's fine with me.
Okay.
I don't care. Yeah. I figured we'd probably do the downtown one together, and then, yeah.
I still don't know nice neighborhoods.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't want to just walk around.
The one we're in, we will go around, or sometimes we go over to a other one I'll tell you about after the podcast.
Yes. Because I remember last year on Halloween, he worked, but we did spend like an hour or two driving around to like in the group that we're in, or that I'm in, for our town. Mm-hmm. A lot of people were like, house at this address.
Yes.
So we were driving around to the ones that were advertising that they wanted kids to come because they had a bunch of candy. So we were doing that.
Yeah.
Last year, it was adorable. This old lady, she got maybe 2 or 3 trick-or-treaters. She was like old and sickly and just whatever. And her daughter was trying desperately to get people to come. And I had posted in the group, and I was like, hey, we're, driving around. It's raining, whatever. We're trying to figure out who still has candy and still doing whatever. And the woman messages me, and she's like, hey, my mom, she's like, her, my brother died or something recently, and so she's just really sad.
Yeah.
And she just really wanted to have some trick-or-treaters this year. She got a ton of candy. Would you go there? Here's the address.
Yeah.
We did. And oh my, she was so happy.
Aww.
She got so excited. We also went to this one that had this little boy. I think they said he was autistic. And, which, I mean, isn't super relevant, but that's just, the woman told me this.
Right.
And he was literally standing at the door, the closed doors inside their house. The door closed, just holding this bucket of candy, just waiting for people to whatever. Aww. And so we took the kids there, and Anna and him were the same age, and he got so excited.
Oh,
it was so cute.
That's super cool.
Yeah, so that was a lot of fun last year. But, you know, be nice if it wasn't pouring down rain.
Right. I know sometimes the schools around here or the nursing homes, they'll do it where, especially the nursing homes, they'll line them up in their wheelchairs with candy. Aww. And then you just walk. So you're inside and you walk around to that. I thought about doing that, but...
That's kind of cute.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's like pouring down rain, maybe we can find something like that. Maybe we can go to the local mall and see if they're doing like any of the lineup things. Because I remember growing up, I used to live up in Washington, and the mall that like everybody in our town would go to, it was a pretty big mall. Like it had over 100 stores.
Okay.
And all of them would get candy, and so the kids could literally just go from store to store to store to store to store.
I think I remember doing that one year. That just
like with us?
No. It just brought up like a memory. I think I've done that before. I totally forgot that malls and places do that.
Yeah, we used to do it every year. Probably because my mom was like, "Oh, I don't know where else to go."
Right. Yeah.
And then
at least it's a confined area. You're not going to like creepy people's houses.
Yep. You didn't have to like put a jacket over your costume. You could wear it as
or
is
wear like 5 layers underneath of it.
Yep. The only other place that I think we would go as a kid is my grandma's neighborhood.
Okay.
It was the old people neighborhood. That all the old people that knew who like everybody was. And what's funny is like back when I was in elementary school, my grandma lived really close to that school, and so pretty much all of the kids that I went to school with would all do that neighborhood, because I mean that was the neighborhood, because it was all the old people that did the full-size candy.
Every town has one.
And like there were some expensive houses over there, so sometimes you got the good candy.
Oh yeah,
like the full-size chocolate bars.
Yep. We have one little area in town. I don't think they do it as much anymore, but when I was trick-or-treating when I was younger, always full size or king size candy bars.
Yep. Oh yeah.
I feel like people used to go so much harder for Halloween. I think COVID really ruined that.
Yeah, I think so too. Because I mean, COVID pretty much set Halloween down for like 2 years.
Yeah, people were doing like the trunk or treat, or the what was the other thing that they did? Was it just the trunk or treat? I think around here that's what they were doing. I thought there was something else that people were doing, but yeah, it just kind of ruined all the fun. People stopped like doing their houses up. They, didn't care about costumes anymore. Yeah. I feel like we're slowly getting back into it.
I think so. People kind of lost their motivation there for a bit.
Yeah.
Okay. As far as books go.
Books.
Have you ever read like a spooky book that you just really liked, or a horror book, I guess more is better?
None are popping into my brain, except the one I'm currently reading has some like creepy parts in it. So I guess because it's so fresh in my brain, that's the only one I can think of. I used to read, what are those ones? There's a series of them. What are they called?
You're not talking about like the Goosebumps series, are you?
Goosebumps, but there's another one. It's like scary stories.
Oh, scary stories to tell in the dark?
Maybe that one. I think that was the series that we read. We actually read that in school.
Oh. Interesting.
I believe. Okay. Or it was Goosebumps we read in school.
It might have been Goosebumps, because I think the scary stories are a little bit older, and they are a bit more scary.
Okay. It was 5th grade that we read them.
That's probably Goosebumps.
Okay. So yeah, I don't remember them.
I never read them.
I remember them being just like, if I'm remembering correctly, it was that they appeared scary, but they weren't actually scary.
Yeah. 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 My favorite book, as far as like scary goes, so I like to read Stephen King and stuff. And those have like some kind of like horror elements and stuff, but I've never felt like horrified the entire time that I'm reading the book. And granted, I haven't read everything Stephen King. I've only read a couple of his stuff. Like I've heard, I think Insomnia is supposed to be like really scary, or at least like fear-inducing. But my favorite was actually Bird Box.
Okay, I watched the movie.
Yes, I really liked the book. I also really liked the movie just in general too, but I really did like the book.
Yeah.
The book had a lot more of that, just like it makes you scared the whole time. Because it's just a lot more ominous.
Right. Well, and I feel like the book would have a better description of, because that's the one where she can't look at it, right?
Look. Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like the book's going to have a lot better description of how she's feeling versus the movie. You're just feeling it, you know?
Yeah. I really liked it. It's a quick read. It's only like 200 some odd pages. And I read it years ago when Anna was a baby. And I read it in like a night.
Oh, okay.
I read it literally in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Which...
Probably not the best time.
But I really enjoyed it.
Nice.
And so it's just kind of like in my arsenal is like a one that I like to bring out during the spooky season.
Yeah.
It's like I just really like this book.
Yeah.
Because I think...
I'll have to read it.
It's
because I really enjoyed the movie.
I have it as an ebook.
Oh, okay.
It was literally like $2 when I bought it. So...
Oh, nice.
I was like, yep.
I will buy that.
And yeah, really fast. Literally like 200 some odd ebook pages, which I don't know how long that ends up making it in real life. I don't know how that translates very well.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah. But I enjoyed it.
Nice.
One thing I really like about Bird Box is, so like a lot of horror things, the monster is physical.
Right.
Right? And if you've seen the movie, the book is similar. We don't ever get a description of what it is. It's, honestly, it reminds me a lot of, and I think it actually does have inspiration from this, the biblical description of angels.
Oh, yeah.
Too much for your brain to comprehend.
Right.
And that's why I think in the movie they're like, it's an angel. And it's like, is it?
Right. Yeah. That makes sense.
And that's why it's never actually described. I think he had other inspiration from like Cthulhu, which is like an ancient god of some sort. I will put the pictures as I say these. But the lore around them is kind of essentially what they say in the movie, that the human brain cannot compute.
Right, yeah.
And that's why their eyes shatter or whatever. It's not exactly the same in the book.
Okay.
But I really enjoyed it. It just kind of gives you that, like, your spine tingles the entire time you're reading it.
Yeah.
Which, when I want something that I like, the horror versus terror.
Yeah.
That like, I'm not a big horror person. Like, if I want to enjoy something, I enjoy the terror side of it.
Yeah.
The
like suspense.
Yes. And I think his name is Michael, not your Michael.
So many Michaels.
Many Michaels in the world. From Vsauce. Have you ever watched his stuff?
No.
Okay, so you should watch some of his stuff. It's really interesting. A lot of his stuff is really old now. And he does a lot of like sciencey type stuff. But he has a video talking about, I think it's like, what is horror or something like that. And he explains that horror is when you come home to find out that everything in your home has been replaced with an identical copy. That feeling.
Okay.
Terror is when you're standing there in the dark and you feel something breathing down your neck, only to turn around and find that there was nobody there.
Okay.
The difference in those feelings.
Okay.
See what I mean?
Weird.
One of them is more tangible than the other.
Right.
Horror is tangible.
Okay.
Somebody actually replaced my furniture. Somebody was actually in here.
Right.
Terror is that, and I'm starting to feel it. Terror is that you're scared to look in the mirror.
Right. Okay.
Even though you know nothing's going to happen.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Whereas horror is, there's a creepy guy walking around outside in the dark.
Okay.
That's the fear.
So I think I enjoy horror more.
And see, I enjoy the terror more.
Interesting.
I think in my brain, I know that terror can't actually hurt me because it's not actually real.
Right.
There's nothing that's actually going to happen. Horror has the potential to happen.
Yeah.
Because there's actually somebody outside walking around with a knife.
And I think for me, because it's tangible, it makes more sense in my brain that it could be stopped. Whereas like something that's not tangible, I have no effect on that. I'm just dead.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, and see, that's where I think that, like, I'm different. I don't like the horror. So, like, all the movies where, like, somebody's, like, breaking in to murder you, those really bother me.
Okay.
Because then I become paranoid that, like, I didn't lock my door or that there's somebody, and so I'm, like, constantly checking the cameras. I get, like, any motion notification, and I'm, like, freaking out.
Yeah.
Whereas the terror, it's just that, like, I don't even know how to describe it.
Yeah.
That you see a shadow and you think it's something else, but it's not actually. You could go stand out in that hallway and you're fine.
Right.
Somebody's walking around your house. You ain't going to go stand in the hallway and be fine.
Well, yes, correct.
It's the difference in the feeling.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, so I enjoy the terror side more. And I think that's why I enjoy books like that and movies like that. There's just an added, I don't know, thing to it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And the crummy thing is it's hard to put that in perspective like that. That's why most books and movies are horror-based, not terror-based, because it's really hard to capture terror.
Yeah.
And that's because, like, essentially you'd have to be like, and it was all fake in the end.
Right. That makes sense. Okay.
But I think Bird Box does a really good job of it not being that way. Mm-hmm. Because there is that element of, as long as you don't look, you're fine.
Yeah.
It can't hurt you if you don't look at it.
Right.
And so that's what makes it terror and not horror.
Yeah.
Horror is still going to get you.
Right.
Terror won't.
Right. That makes sense. I'm trying to think of, like, the first Halloween that I remember.
Okay.
And I can't.
You can't?
No. I don't. I'm trying to think, because I know we did Halloween, like, in Washington when I lived in Washington. Mm-hmm. But I'm not remembering. I think, like, the first Halloween I remember was in middle school.
Okay. So you can't go back very far in your
memory.
No. Interesting.
Isn't that weird? I've been trying to think about it all morning. Like, do I remember being, like, anything when I was little? And I really don't. I'll have to ask my mom.
Because, like, I don't necessarily remember specific costumes, though I do know that I was, like, Disney princess a couple times. Mm-hmm. But we'd go over to my grandma's. Mm-hmm. We'd get ready there, and then we'd go and trick or treat from her house.
Yeah.
So I remember some, like, I think I remember one year I was, like, the Barbie Swan Princess.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember, like, that dress, the pink and blue, and had, like, something here and then feathers out this way?
Kind of.
My mom is probably, like, unlocking a memory at the moment. Yeah. She's listening.
Kind of. I kind of remember that.
Yeah, I remember that dress. I bet money that I was Cinderella. Mm-hmm. Because I know for a fact that I have a Cinderella costume.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty positive that was one year that we went around at the mall. Mm-hmm. My grandma actually has a picture of me. I say has. From, I don't know if it was from that day on Halloween or when I got the dress, but it's on a mug.
Oh, okay.
That I now have that mug.
Okay, cool.
And she used that mug so much. Mm-hmm. Like, it actually has a permanent, you cannot wash it off, lipstick stain.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's cool.
I think it's from, like, all the times that she just had the lipsticks, like,
sitting there.
And then put it just straight into the dishwasher, and it, like, cooked onto it from the heat.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Cannot wash it off, and I wouldn't really want to.
I was going to say, that's kind of neat that you have that.
I'll show you. I'll take a picture of it when I get home and send it to you.
Yeah, that's really neat.
Mm-hmm.
I do remember being Jasmine.
Okay.
Because remember, we used to dress up in the costume. Maybe you don't remember, because you were actually little.
I remember you and I would do dress up as kids, but I don't remember specific costumes. Other than, like, I remember, like, one Ariel costume.
Maybe. I also had, I think I might have been Cinderella, or it was just a play set that I had, because I remember I had the crown.
Okay.
And I want to say that
remembering.
It went with a Cinderella.
Was it a beaded crown?
Yeah, it was like chunky.
Yep. Okay, yeah, I remember. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah. It's memories unlocking.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm like, I've been trying to unlock all these memories and I just can't. I remember I was a cat one year, but I think that was middle school.
Okay.
Or 5th grade or something around there. Like a cheetah cat.
Mm-hmm. I can remember some of my middle school costumes, but like they were always because we had like a Halloween event at our school, and so like we'd have a Halloween dance and everybody got to dress up. I remember, it's so cheesy.
They always are.
If I can find a picture of it, and I think my mom has a picture of it, so I might steal it off of her Facebook and put it on here, and I'll just blur out his face. But I had a boyfriend at the time in middle school, a redacted name.
Oh, yes. Weren't you a vampire or something?
He was the vampire and I was a bat.
That's right. I remember.
Yep. He wanted to be a vampire, and I remember his mom actually took him shopping, and I went with him.
Yeah.
And his sister. So I went with all of them to Spirit Halloween, and me and him were trying to like coordinate costumes or whatever. Right. Because, cheesy 13-year-olds.
Yep.
And he was like, well, I really want to be a vampire. And then his mom was like, oh, you can be a sexy bat. His mom was weird.
No.
And so she found a bat costume. She had me take a picture of it on my... It was one of them phones that had like the full keyboard on the front.
Oh, yep.
Teeny tiny buttons.
Yep.
So small.
Yeah, I remember this.
It was purple.
Yes.
And she had me take a picture of it. And I think I was like, Mom, I want to be this for Halloween. Because my boyfriend is going to be a vampire. And so we went as a vampire and a bat. I mean, we won the costume contest at the school.
Hey.
Because it was like they did like a couples or like a friends or whatever.
Yeah.
And so we won because they were like, that's cute.
That's pretty cool.
And everybody knew that we were dating. And so the school was like, this is adorable.
Yeah. I don't know if I ever dressed up in, was that high school for you?
No, middle school.
Middle school.
That would have been my 8th grade year, his 7th.
Okay.
Because he was technically a grade below me because of his birthday cutoff, even though we were the same age.
Right. Okay.
I think his birthday was like 5 days after mine. So we were literally the same age.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I want to say it was September 1st. And so mine's August 27th. It's literally 5 days. But because the cutoff was August 30th, he was a year behind me.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Me and him dated on and off for a couple years. Weird. Yeah, we started dating my 8th grade, his 7th grade year. We dated a little bit while it was awkward, while I was a freshman and he was still an 8th grader in middle school.
Oh, weird.
That was a very weird dynamic. That didn't last very long. And then a very small amount of time my sophomore year and his freshman year.
Oh, okay.
We went to the homecoming dance together. Mm-hmm. And then we broke up. I started seeing that Superman guy that was more obsessed with his whatever. We dated for the shortest amount of time possible. Mr. You can't break up with me because I'm going to Germany and I'm going to just not listen to you type whatever the fuck. Right. And then I started dating Thomas.
Weird. Huh.
So yeah.
I don't remember ever dressing up in high school. Do you? Did you?
No. I don't think I dressed up again until I worked at the daycare.
Okay.
And then I got the queen costume. Which I still love that costume to this day.
Yeah, you were telling me it was really cool.
It's fucking heavy.
Yeah.
No, it is. Like, you pull it out and you're like, oh, Jesus.
That's a dress.
It's a dress.
Yeah.
And it's got a train, so, like, you can't even really walk around outside.
Yeah.
Unless you're wanting to hold the damn thing. And it's...
heavy.
Jesus. It is, like, 25 pounds.
Huh.
It's a heavy dress. Which, I mean, fantastic.
Right.
And then that crown is something else, too.
Yeah.
Heavy, heavy crown.
Huh. You'll have to show me sometime.
I will.
I still haven't seen it.
Yep. I'll have to show you in person so you can just feel
exactly
the weight of that dress. It's insane.
I'm trying to, gosh, my memory for Halloween apparently is just crap because I cannot remember. I don't think I dressed up in high school.
Yeah, I don't think I did either.
I don't think I trick-or-treated in high school.
I don't think I did either.
I think I finished in middle school.
I think I stopped dressing up right around the same time that my siblings stopped dressing up. Because, like, I dressed up for a couple years beyond for them. Right. But then once they were like, I'm done, I just was done. Yeah. So I'm actually pretty positive that year that me and my boyfriend, Batten Vampire, went, pretty sure that was my last year dressing up.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't remember going after that.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't recall.
Me either.
We went to a Halloween party once, and I wore, like, devil horns. This was after high school, though.
Oh, I was a devil once.
And I just had devil horns, and I have a red shirt, and that was it.
Oh, mine was a bodysuit.
That wasn't for me.
And I'm not talking, like, the cute, sexy bodysuit. No, it was, like, full long sleeve, full length pant, and it had a Velcro devil tail attached to it. I was a kid. And then the horns.
I was like, where's this going?
And then it had a staff.
Oh, okay.
It had like a black staff with like the trident looking thing, the pitchfork.
Yep.
It was red. Yep,
I did not go all out for mine.
I didn't buy it. Someone else did. Oh. My mom probably did.
Literally like the simplest devil horns.
I went to Elmo one year.
In a red shirt. Elmo?
Yeah. In middle school. Or late
I was elementary.
Why did I go as Elmo? Mom, why did you let me go as Elmo? I was like late elementary, early middle school.
If I remember right, you really liked Elmo.
But at that age?
I don't know.
Or did I do it ironically? I had to have done it ironically, right?
Maybe it was one of those things where you were trying to be
because I remember different. I was going to the elementary, because I wasn't in elementary school anymore, and so I was going for my sibling. Mm-hmm. So I must have, because they would have been maybe first grade.
Oh, okay.
So it must have been, like, I thought it would be funny. Mm-hmm. Because I distinctly remember, and oh my God, those kids drove me fucking nuts. That's funny. Because there were a bunch of little kids. Because it was like a family event thing, so all the parents would bring like their littles and stuff. And they were like, Elmo!
You remember Halloween better than I do.
It keeps just like unlocking. Once I unlock one, another one's like, oh.
I know. And I'm waiting for that to happen to me, and it's just not. I have nothing in my brain.
I'm trying to think. Oh, I was like an Egyptian princess one year.
I think I remember that.
It was like a white dress. It had like some gold. It came across. It was like a one shoulder thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what other costumes that I have. I remember because I had like a costume bin that like every year when I was done with it, I'd put it in the bin and then I'd play dress up and stuff.
Yeah.
I know I had a bunch of princess ones.
I think I was a cat twice. I think I was a white cat once, and then I was like a cheetah cat once.
Okay. I'm trying to think if I can unlock any more memories.
I'm having a real hard time.
I'll have to see if my mom has any Halloween pictures.
Mm-hmm. I think I was a witch when I was younger.
I know that I was.
Mm-hmm. And I know I was a dog because my mom gave me the dog costume that I had when I was little. I think that was like my first Halloween or something.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of first Halloweens, so let's dive into our kids a little bit.
Let's dive into something I can remember.
So let's go from first kids. Maybe we can go in order of age. Mm-hmm. So like Anna and then the boys and then the girls, whatever. Mm-hmm. So as far as like Halloweens go. So Halloween would be 2018. Would have been my first Halloween as a mom. Mm-hmm. Anna technically had 2 costumes.
Okay.
One that I couldn't decide between them, and I'll throw up the pictures because they were adorable. She was a ladybug.
Oh, yes.
And then a pig.
I don't remember the pig.
I remember the pig.
Why? I would hope you remember the pig.
I'll put the pictures up here.
Okay. You have to show me the pig because I don't remember the pig.
I will. It was so cute. She was like just under a year old and just, oh my heart. I don't remember what we took her as. I want to say we took her as the pig because it was warmer.
Oh, okay.
Which is, I think, why there ended up being 2 of them.
Gotcha.
Because the ladybug was like really freaking cute. But then, and I had bought that one earlier. Mm-hmm. But then once I figured out what the weather was going to be like.
Right.
I was like, oh man.
Were you guys still in Montana at this point?
No, we were in Spokane.
Okay.
Yes, she never spent, she only spent Christmas,
right after she was born.
Right after she was born, and then we moved in February.
Oh, okay, that's right. I couldn't remember
early
how
March,
quickly.
late February.
Okay.
Yeah, because Thomas's mom.
Right. Yes.
we got out of there pretty quick. And so pretty much a majority of her stuff has been between Washington and now Oregon. Mm-hmm. But as soon as we realized the weather, I was like, oh man, I'm gonna have to pretty much be putting her in a jacket and you're not gonna see this. And so I was like, why don't I find her something else that like could go over a jacket or over a onesie. And so that's what we ended up doing. Was I found it was like a pink little pig.
That's cute.
It was really cute. And I just put her in one of her pink onesies. So it worked out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. And then
Damon.
2019. What was she the year following?
Oh, true.
Because we didn't have it.
You didn't have Damon yet.
No other kids yet. The following year.
Is that the year you guys did the Princess and Queen?
Yes. That would have been that year. Anna was a princess for the first time. And she wore, I want to say, a purple dress.
Okay.
And then, I was the queen. Mm-hmm. I do have some pictures of us together, which now you get to see the dress I'm talking about. The entire getup. Thomas also worked that year, so he didn't get to go with us.
Right.
Which this was her first, like, she could kind of walk, even though that dress was, like, way too big for her. It was, like, a 3T dress, and she was not even 2 yet.
Oh, yeah.
And she's turning 6 for you guys next month, like, about a month from now.
Yeah.
She still fits some 3T stuff, so.
I could see that.
I have tiny children.
I could see that.
And so thinking about the fact that her dress was a 3T then, and the fact that she can still fit some 3T things now, she's a bit too tall, but as like far as like how it
she can put it on.
She can put it on and it can close. It's just she needs shorts.
Right. I get that.
But like we can still zip it.
Yeah. That makes
In fact,
sense.
it's still a little big on her shoulders.
That's funny.
I got some petite children.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was that year.
Okay.
She had a little crown and all that stuff.
I do remember that one.
2020. That would have been the year that we had Damon, but you didn't have Maverick yet.
Right.
What was Damon his first year? I think we did the whole Princess Queen thing again. And then I think that was the year that we bought Thomas, like, I think it was a night costume, or no, it wasn't a night. It was like we were trying to make a family thing.
Yeah.
And Damon, we tried our best to make him kind of look like a baby prince.
Okay.
I think we ended up actually not even going trick-or-treating that year.
Because COVID, probably.
Yeah, I think it was because of COVID. And so we couldn't go.
Yeah.
And so instead, we just got some candy and we stayed home. 2021 is when you had Maverick.
Yes.
I think that's the year that we went together for the first time. And I think Anna was Elsa?
Yes.
Because she went Elsa 2 years in a row.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So she was Elsa. Damon was, you gave me the costume.
He was a fox.
Was it a fox?
I think he was a fox or like a...
I'll post the picture.
Yeah, I think he was a fox.
I think it was. Yes? That sounds right.
I think so, if I'm remembering right.
Yeah, so he was like the fox. And then what was Mav? Because this would have been his first Halloween.
He was, well, I don't really know what the costume was. He was supposed to be a little baby chick, but I think it was a little baby duck.
Right. I remember.
But I think it was, I intended it to be a little baby chick. And it was like this big floofy thing. Yes. I'll have to send you a picture and you can post it. And it didn't have sleeves. It had a hood. And then it came like down past his butt. And I just put him in, I got an orange sleep pajamas. I couldn't think of the
I remember
word.
that.
Yeah, and it worked.
It did work.
Yeah. It did break at the end of the night. The zipper broke.
I remember that. Yes.
So the zippers were broken because Michael was like, let's just have Quincy be that since we have that costume. And I was like, the zipper's broken though. I mean, I guess I could try to mend it, but I also kind of wanted her to be something different.
Yeah. And then last year, Anna wore her Elsa dress and a crown. She was like a butterfly princess. We kind of changed up a bit. Damon was a construction worker, which is still one of my favorite things.
It was super cute.
I will post your picture here. It was so cute. Oh my gosh.
Super cute. I love that.
I loved it. And then Maverick was...
Donald Duck.
Donald Duck. Yes. I think I still have the picture of Michael holding both of the boys' hands.
Yeah.
It was so cute.
Yeah, they were so cute last year.
And I had little Ellie, but I didn't dress her up though.
But she was little.
She was
3
months old.
Yeah.
Right, because June, July, August, September.
Oh, okay, 4.
4 months old.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just kept her in her stroller.
Yeah. And I was Mike Wazowski for the second year in a row.
Yes. And I did not dress
or
up.
not second. I was Mike Wazowski for 2020 when I was
right,
pregnant
when you
with
were
Mav.
pregnant.
And then I just did that again when I was pregnant.
I mean, it works.
Yeah, because I was just as pregnant. Well, a little bit more actually. Yeah. So it worked out.
It worked out.
I was like, well, I get another use out of the shirt.
There you go. Yep. And so now we're coming up on this year.
Yeah.
Where I still need to figure out my stuff for the kids.
Yeah.
I swear the more kids you have, it's either like you need everybody to coordinate or everybody just picks something random.
Yeah. I feel like when they're little, you can get away with coordinating. But when they get older and Anna's probably already there where she wants to decide what she wants to be.
That's what happened last year.
Whereas like Damon, you could probably sway him a certain way.
I don't know if I'll be able to this year.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start talking to them about that. Honestly, probably like yesterday.
Like now? When you go home.
When I go home. Like, hey, what does everybody want to be for Halloween?
Yeah. And it sucks because Halloween costumes are expensive, and when they're little, it's not like they can just rewear it the next year. Typically. I know Anna's gotten a couple uses because she's so petite, but typically you can't wear it the next year.
No.
Or you don't want to.
Yeah, and Halloween costumes can be so expensive. So it's like, if you can, it's always better to just make it yourself.
Mm-hmm. Or like put a few pieces of things that you have together that will make up something.
Mm-hmm. Like
the construction outfit.
Yeah. The only thing we had to buy for that was the hard hat, and then I had to put the little decals on it.
Yeah, exactly.
So, it said foreman in training, and it was so cute.
It was very cute.
Ugh.
Yeah. But see, I like the idea of like a whole family doing it. Me too. It's just really hard to coordinate. And, so hard. For you, Thomas has been working, so he wouldn't be in the picture.
Yep. And this year we have that costume still that he has never worn.
What costume?
The night one or whatever. Right. He never wore it because he ended up working.
Right.
And yeah.
Maybe he could be a knight and you can dress Ellie up as a princess. See, if cool. Anna doesn't want to or whatever, Or she could as well.
I mean, she could, definitely. Yeah. But then either Damon's going to be just an outlier.
Maybe you could convince him to be a dragon.
I was just thinking that.
I feel like Damon would be into that.
He might.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But I think if you told him, let's be a prince, he'd be like, no. Like, no. I don't want to do that.
So I think that would be a lot of fun. But yeah, as far as like the kids picking though, like what if Anna doesn't want to be a princess?
Right.
And Damon is like, absolutely not with the dragon,
Right.
And even Thomas, he does not want to wear that costume. He didn't when we bought it.
That's why he didn't.
He's like, oh, I have to work overtime today. Oh, bummer.
Shucks.
Funny enough, we got a sword with it and everything. Ellie, this morning, which ironically enough, I was going to the bathroom. She came around the corner with the sword, just dragging it behind her. It's like a foam sword, so it's not going to hurt her. And then just with the other hand, she's holding it with this hand. She goes, hello. And just waves at me. And I just look at her and I'm like, hello, why do you have the sword? And she goes, hello is like the only thing she can say really clearly.
That is so cute.
It's not even fully hello, it's oh. And she waves.
Oh, that's so cute.
It is adorable.
Oh. That's like, the wood lock that we have. This sounds probably weird. It's just a stick we put in the sliding glass door. Quincy was dragging that around the house, and I was like, what are you doing? And she's just like, ah. You are so strange, child. Oh, man.
As far as what everybody ends up fully being, we plan on having a short little video coming out tomorrow on Halloween.
Yeah. Of what we did and everything.
Of what we chose to do.
Yeah.
And probably just take those pictures.
Yeah.
The day of the town thing.
Yep.
And so you guys can see what the kids were and then are going to be for tomorrow night.
Yeah.
So you guys can see what we did, and we'll just blur out their faces.
Yep.
Yeah, so there's that. As far as like everything else goes, I can't really think of anything else.
Yeah.
I mean, do you have a favorite Halloween candy?
I'm a Reese's.
Your Reese's?
I'm a Reese's peanut butter cup.
Okay.
I'm not a candy person.
I don't either.
Like, don't give me Starburst, jelly beans, gummies. I'm not that. I'm a chocolate girl.
Yeah, same. I'm kind of one of those people that like I really have to be in the mood for candy. I'm not somebody that can just like eat it all the time.
Right.
Like I will go through bouts where I'm just like, give me all of the Laffy Taffy or all of the Sour Patch Extremes, and I'll just go through a bout where like for a month I'm just like I want to eat all of it, and then I won't touch it again for a year.
Yeah. I'm like if somebody has it in your house, like let's say you had some Sour Patch Kids and you're like, do you want one? I would probably take like 2 of them and then I'd be like, I'm good for the rest of the year.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm just not a candy person.
Mm-hmm. As far as chocolate goes, though.
Chocolate I can get down on.
You can give me a bar of chocolate any day of the week and I'm going to be eating that shit.
Yeah, for real.
I have learned, though, that I don't really like the big chunky ones. I prefer the little bars. Yeah. Or like the thin.
You like the fun size?
Well, so like, there's like the king size bars that are just like
that thick.
For some reason, it tastes different to me.
Interesting. I don't know if I've ever had one of the thick ones.
Thomas gives them to me sometimes, and I'm always like, I prefer the other ones. And he's like, I know, but I saw this and I thought you'd love it. And I'm like, I never do.
Probably because it's like more.
He sees it that way. When I was like, I would just prefer you get me the pack. Or just like, even just like some of the little tiny ones that are just like 4 squares, bar. Give me one of those.
That reminds me of when Michael goes and gets me a coffee and I'm like, I just want a medium one. Like I don't want a big one because it tastes different. Mm-hmm. Some of them taste different when they're bigger.
They do. Proportionally, it just doesn't work quite the same.
And he'll come back with a big one and I'm like, thank you. Mm-hmm. I'm so grateful. And I am. They taste different.
See, I never say that they taste different. I'll just be like, I just don't want that much coffee right now. Mm. And that usually gets it.
Well, I like the cold brews. Mm-hmm. But a medium-sized cold brew, grande, whatever, versus a venti cold brew, with the proportion of how much cream they put in it, just is different.
Yeah.
And also, if I have too much cold brew, it gives me a really bad headache.
Fair. For me, me and coffee sometimes don't agree. I love it. I love coffee, but don't agree. One thing that I'm so excited for with it being fall now, because it's only just now fall for us.
Right.
Technically, I can drink whatever I want all year long, right? Mm-hmm. But oh man, do I love spiced chai in the fall.
I know you do. Have you tried the pumpkin one?
Not yet.
I haven't either.
But I have a bunch of spiced chai at home that I'm just like, I was watching this video. Do you know who Natalie Bennett is? She's a girl I follow. She does like some homeschool stuff. She's she has like a, she's a homesteader, kind of declutter with me, very calm, easy videos. I love her shit. I've been watching it for years. Mm-hmm. Her and Sarah Therese are like my 2 go-tos for if I want like a calm.
I think you've told me about that one, Sarah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really like both their stuff. Natalie lives up in Seattle. Sarah lives up in Canada. Okay. Just a few hours north of Seattle, actually. Okay. But Natalie, she like made herself a spiced chai, and I was like, oh,
I forgot that you get those.
I love them. Mm-hmm. I love it. I don't do dirty chais. I don't love those very much, but I love my spiced chai.
I'm not a big chai.
I don't like chai by itself. It has to be a spiced chai, or I'm like,
almost tastes candly to me.
Yeah, the spiced chai is like nutmeg and some stuff with it.
Yeah. Warm, yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's wrap this up in the next minute.
Okay.
All right, so this is a fun episode. Was it me?
I think it was. Oh, I don't know how, but
this is a really fun episode. Stay tuned for our short. It will be a video only.
Yes.
It's not going to be an audio, so you'll have to check out our YouTube to go see that, of what the kids ended up. We totally decided for that and how they looked, and it was just really cute. And I hope you guys have an amazing Halloween.
Yeah, stay
tomorrow.
Safe out there.
Yes, stay safe. Check your candy.
Yes.
And have an amazing holiday. We will see you guys next week on Monday.
Yes.
For the beginning of our fully fall.
All the Halloween decorations will be gone.
Yes.
It will just be fall in here.
Just be fall and cozy and warm as we start getting closer to Thanksgiving.
Exactly.
All right. See you guys next week.
Have a good one.
Bye.